Eldon Pickles, your dissertation was on the making of modern Arab society.
Yep.
How did you arrive at a start? Where did you get the idea of doing that from?
I've always had quite a personal link with the Middle East. I was raised in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and for me it's always been quite interesting how, as a Westerner over there, how what I was comfortable to Western-wise, and then the differences I had being raised in an Islamic environment and the buildings in particular. I love the architecture. It was the original thought for my dissertation was recently the financial district in Saudi is being built at the moment, which is double the size of the main city centre. And it's gone up so quickly and in such a way I'm familiar to with London now, that I really just wanted to explore those things for myself and get some research on that. Actually, when I was in Monaco, I came across a book that was titled The Making of Modern Societies, and it was a dissertation written by a Saudi prince, so I thought I would take that.
A Saudi prince, so it was almost scripted for you. So you can draw from your experience, it's kind of found as well in terms of finding that book. And in terms of again, in terms of dissertation, what do you conclude with the effect or negative effect of that appropriation of European style in architecture?
Mostly globalization, which is what I think I was most interested in. Dubai probably being the best example of that. You've got cityscapes and town stretches which have gone up almost overnight to the point where the actual society can't keep up with them. And having buildings like the Burj Khalifa completely surrounded and designed into an area that's no longer Western or Islamic, it's just almost elitist architects going out using it as a playground for their ideas. It just has no kind of ownership from culture, really. And I think that was the most kind of profound thing for me.
Is that what knits into your personal experience?
Definitely.
In what way?
One of my earliest memories of Saudi would be driving down the King Fahd Highway, and you've got all these kitsch neon lights, classic columns, and it's a real revival of something that isn't Islam. And that for me has always just struck a chord because it's just so unconformist and traditional, yet such a conservative society. So I really wanted to reflect that across the dissertation and just say, how is this happening? Not that I feel it's a bad thing, it's just different.
And these ideas percolated through to a studio project you did. It's called Hagia Ikea.
Yeah.
Is that right? And what does that mean?
It's just a play. It's obviously a play on a Western brand, and it's a play on the Hagia Ikea, which I base the designs for the models on. I really wanted to look at how, in architecture, as that was what my dissertation revolved around, how light kind of affects space and how you've got 30 foot in the air, these giant domes which are completely inaccessible, whether that be a metaphor for the religion or just to make you feel mortal. I really wanted to turn that on its head and bring it inside the home, following this westernization kind of process, flipping my dissertation almost. So I thought flat pack mosques and making it to light fitting so you can re-explore that relationship between space and light. And then keep it with the neon colours that I'm used to.
So flat pack mosques. For me as a viewer, what I see from I get from the flat pack bit seems like a slight negative thing, but then the way it's lit up, the spectacle of it all seems wholly positive. Yep. So those were two discrete sides. You had this dissertation side, which was a written project, and the physical, hands-on, acrylic sculptures. How do you personally kind of unite, apart from the themes, but what does it mean for you personally to unite the writing and the acrylics?
The writing was definitely a lot more academic, and I think that does take its toll. And in the end, when you've invested so much of yourself into something, especially that is something that's written and something you have to constantly think about, it's sometimes really good to just stop thinking and just make something. So I really enjoyed it being hands-on, exploring the materials, the areas, what I was looking at, just creating something a bit more fun that then stands up and can actually touch and hold as opposed to reading through. So for me it was just to get two real perspectives of what it was I was talking about. And I wasn't ready to put it down, I don't think. As I said, it's always been a part of me, so exploring that in as many ways as I can was good for me. The Middle East has always been a large part of the work I do. I do love the geometric patterns, the buildings, kind of like the styles that are ancient as well as modern. And I love the culture clashes.